again, this is our second video talking about some of the really cool E minor pentatonic open string riffs and licks and melodic lines that you can learn and start to implement into your own music to get that classic blues sound. And it's playing in the E minor pentatonic scale, but adding in the minor to major third lines and also the flattened fifth or sharp fourth notes as well, which are the classic staple of the blues scale. And it's looking at it in the E minor pentatonic open string section. So in the first video we covered off the line and just having that shape and that line and that melodic character as the basis for taking forward that blues sound in your own music. So really check out that video for that initial learn it and get comfortable with it, and then start to expand it out and bring that blues sound into your own music. Today we're going to look at a second lick. Instead of looking at these as definite, you have to play it in this exact order, in this exact way, it's looking at the notes, the phrasing, the rhythm, and it's looking at how you can take that and apply it to your own music. So really what we're looking at today is, which you'll have heard in many different songs, especially in Jimi Hendrix. If you think of Voodoo Child, you're taking the G string, 2nd fret, and you're going up to the 3rd fret, which is the flat 4. So you can either bend that up, or you can hammer on and back off, or bend back down, so up. So try practicing that phrase, or hammer on. And then going to the open string G, and then landing back on the root note E. So, or. And it's totally up to you how you do that, if you hammer on, pull off, or if you like to bend up, bend back down, pull off, and then back to that E. Or you try mixing it up, moving between the two to give that difference in character and texture throughout your song and your playing. So if we try that just with the same backing track as last time. Okay, so that takes us on to the second half of this lick, and it's basically moving it down another octave. So we are looking at the A string, open A, hammering onto the 1st fret, back off, going to G, which is the 3rd fret of the low E string, and then pulling off or playing that open E string to finish. So those two sections, you can chain those together and meld them in and flow between those two sections as much or in as many different ways as you like. Again, it's not about exactly how to play this, it's about the character, about the rhythm, about the melodic taste that brings to your music, and then trying to implement that through your guitar playing and bringing it into your songs. And if we couple that up with the lick from the first video, here we're going into that there, and finishing it off there. So a great song to listen to hear a lot of this exemplified is Pride and Joy by Stevie Ray Vaughan. So go and listen to that song as well, hear how he's implementing these minor third to major third lines, as well as the sharpened 4th or diminished 5th of the blues scale into these lines. So a way you can move that on a little bit as well. So once you've done the hammer on onto 1, off, G, E, you can play the higher octave of the E, go between that and the G, and then finish on the open string. So you're hammering on to 1, off to A, G, lowest E note there. So let's listen to it in the track again, and we will string all of that together, just improvise, play along, or just watch, take it all in and digest it, and then have a go yourself. So again, this track is in E major. I'm playing an E minor pentatonic, but mixing in some of those E major notes as well, and that again is that dichotomy of the blues, the major minor melding, and that's what gives it that tension, it's what gives it that classic sound, and this is what you can take forward now when you're creating your own music. And again, go as crazy as you want, add in as many notes, as many variations as you want, and just use these lines as staples to keep coming back to it, to build your solo around. Another cool thing to try and embellish that first lick as well is to do some double stops. So when you're playing the second fret on the G string, bar the B string below on the second fret, and when you're hammering on to the third fret on the G string, you can do the same. You can bar and also hit the third fret on the B string. It just gives it that extra bit of tension, that extra flair, just to try and embellish that again. So I'll just finish this video putting it all together just to give you some ideas, see how it can sound. Then I will leave the track to play at the end. You have a go, see what you can find there, and then have fun bringing this into your own music and creating with it. Let me know how you like this sound, let me know how you found the lines, and let me know how you've used them. And if you have any songs that you create using these examples, send them to me, I'd love to hear it. play along, experiment, have fun. See you next time.